Here with Hassan Hammed-el. How's it going, sir?
Fantastic.
Oh, man. So we had the fights just coming off of, who was that?
Saquon Anderson.
Yeah, Saquon Anderson versus, forget the kid's name.
Larry something.
Yeah, but you got the victory. How you feeling about the performance?
I feel pretty good about the performance based on the fact that he was inactive for probably about 15 years. We had a really, really short camp of about 2 months, which is very difficult for a young fighter for a fighter period to come back after all that inactivity. So we kind of made it, and we got a little winded in the end, but we still came out on top.
Talk about the psychology of training a fighter, right? Everybody just focuses on the physical, but mental preparation, like in the corner or you in the training camp, like how is it to get them to point A to point B?
Well, that is where the real skill comes in as a trainer. Most trainers have a little psychology and sociology background in them, either by default or by design, by actual going in. I mean, I think the job of a trainer is to make a fighter believe that he can do the impossible, and oftentimes when you getting that fighter to buy into that philosophy is probably more difficult than actually teaching them how to the 1, 2, 3s and the balances and jabs and all that, just to believe in itself. Because as they say, boxing is about 80% mental, 20% physical. So that part of it is the most difficult part, and not every trainer has that skill and that ability, and you know, the rare trainers do it. I'm not saying that I'm a rare trainer. I'm just saying that when you look at the greats like Angelo Dundee and Eddie Fudge, Angelo Dundee really wasn't an X and O guy. He was really a motivator, and made Ali look inside himself in a mental kind of a way, which was way different than you know, reflexes. Teach him how to jab, hook, counter, this, that, the other. He was great for Ali. He was great for Leonard in that regard.
As far as the mental part, how important is confidence?
Confidence is I mean, I would say is 100% of it. You know what I mean? You got guys like Aaron Pryor that has a skill but not a technical skill boxer. You got guys like that are not your classic boxers that we don't call have skills, but they have the great confidence in their ability. And I can take your punch. I'm gonna walk through you. I'm gonna hit you with these. That's a kind of, that's directly attributable to confidence. You know what I mean? The willpower, the internal belief in self that takes you not only in boxing but in life in general. Because I was just telling a fighter the other day that I don't even train fighters that don't believe in God. You don't have to be a Muslim, but you have to believe in some kind of higher power, because in everybody's life, and particularly in boxing, you're going to run into a point where it gets dark, and it takes faith to get through. And in life and in boxing, it takes faith to get through. And if you don't have faith, then you take the easy way out. You take, you know, the dangling carrot that a person lays out for you when you're in the streets, man. You don't worry about the degree. Don't worry about the trade school. Don't worry about that. Get this money now. You know what I mean? But if you have faith, then you can ride. When it gets a little tough, you'll believe in the big victory. And the same thing happens in a fight. There's a moment where you get tired. There's a moment where he hurts you. Or a moment you have to tap into something that is greater than yourself. And that's when faith comes in.
With that process, when do you know a fighter's great? Is it facing top fighters, or is it overcoming adversity in a particular moment?
Yeah, that's it. You know, a top fighter, one, there's two ways, in my opinion. You know him by the pension. Like in this generation, you have kids like Jaron, who is he's sadistic in the gym. He love beating your ass. You know what I mean? He's sadistic with it, and he got great defense on top of it. Now you got a guy like Jesse Hart, was devastating in the gym, beat you down in the gym. You know what I mean? But he in fights he wasn't as sadistic as he was in the gym. And I'm not saying that he wasn't a good fighter. He wasn't a you know, he didn't try to win in fights. He didn't dig deep in fights, which he did in several fights. But not like Boots. Boots is sadistic. And Ray Leonard was sadistic. When he get you hurt, they kill you. Tommy Hearns was sadistic. Roberto Duran was sadistic. You know what I mean? Marvin Hagler was tenacious and sadistic. They're different kinds of fighters. They love whooping your ass. That's how you know they're great. And then when he meets that threshold, because everybody has a match. Everybody. I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? If you box long enough, you want to find somebody that you can't knock out. So you find somebody that's going to take your punches and give it back. And you say, I'm gonna rise with that. I'm gonna come back with you, and either meet that return fire with more, and a sustained attack. That's great fighters. You know what I mean? Also, you know, front runners, they're good as long as they're beating you up. And you know, you think they're sadistic until they beat a guy that's giving it back. You know what I mean? So he a killer. No? Well, let's see. And once they come back, so you know, the great ones got up. Henry Cooper, Ali got up for Henry Cooper. He was hurt in another fight where he had to cut the glove. Came back and won the fight. There's moments when they realize that they got to do something in the extra dimension, the extra gear, the extra space that the great ones have. You know what I mean? That's how you know they're special. And they back in the gym Monday after the fight on Saturday. You don't gotta wake them up. You know what I mean? They're asking you, they're students of the game, they're asking you about boxing questions, IQ kind of stuff. They thinking they're chess players. They're not chess checker players, they're chess players. You know what I mean?